With my Can-Am overheating. Turns out it was the thermostat locked up. So pulled it out. Temperature sensor went out on me. Replaced it. Still wants to freeze up on me. So instead of worrying about the electrical temperature sensor, I installed a mechanical temperature gauge right there, bypassing the thermostat. Took out the air box. It's coming out of the motor. Ties in over here. Going in the top of the radiator. Down here. Them two. That's coming out of the radiator going to the fuel, to the water pump. There goes the sensor for the mechanical temperature gauge. Get this piece right here. That goes in between. Put a 90 on right there. Straight piece going across to the other side. Put the temperature sensor. That's what I fabbed up. Two 90s to go in the places where the thermostat was tied into. Get rid of it. Put those on there. If you look at other YouTube videos, they will show you there's a kit if you can do it. You can order it. I don't know how much it costs. I didn't check. Done that. Mechanical temperature gauge went from a 3/4 inch hard pipe. On the bottom is a 1/2 inch. I just made sure I got a 1/2 inch to a 3/8 reducer for the temperature gauge. Temperature gauge comes with a 1/2 inch reducer. I mean, there's a 1/2 inch install on it. There's a reducer in the package that fits it, but it sits so close to the top, I didn't really like it, so I wanted to go ahead and make sure I had enough space in between there so I wouldn't have to even worry about it coming into contact with the top. So I wouldn't have any trouble with it sealing. So that'll take care of that. So I will pause the video and get back with you after I got it all plumbed in. Okay, got the pieces installed. There's my mechanical temperature gauge. T on there, like I said, it's black iron. There goes 190 right there. Another one down there takes place. Thermostat's out of the equation now. Like I said, they make a kit you can buy, but I done this and I got about $25 in the temperature gauge, about $20 in fittings. How much kit is online, I don't know. But right now I just sent the old lady to go get some antifreeze. I'll fill it back up. We'll fire it up. See how it goes. Just make sure whenever if you do use the hard piping, don't use PVC. I tried that the first time. I use CPVC. But once it gets to about 200 something degrees, it tends to heat up and shrink. Have to tighten up the clamps. Didn't work out too good. Like I said, I done that. I even had a piece for the temperature gauge. As soon as it warmed up, it started leaking. So going with hard piping, we'll get this issue fixed. I wanted to go with brass, but I couldn't find it at the Lowe's store. Well, as soon as she gets back, I'll fill it up with antifreeze. But this right here is an easy way. You can, instead of relying on the electrical temperature gauge, like I said, mine went out, changed it out. It'll read, but it gets to a point to where then it locks up. I have to turn the motor off, turn it back on to get it to start reading again. So instead of worrying about electrical temperature gauge, you got a mechanical gauge. I can actually see what it's going to do now. Also, I bypassed the fan, put my fan switch in, turn it on. I ain't got to worry about it overheating. As y'all know, the Can-Ams, they run high temperature. The way they come from the factory, fans running constantly. That joker, I mean, it's running hot a lot because of the thermostat. The way they got it plumbed in, it's a H figure. So studies say about 40 to 60% of the water coming out of the motor, it just circulates back on itself. It don't ever even get to the doggone radiator. So it's gonna fix that.